Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the KC Multifamily Minute. This is Alex Olson, broker for Legendary Apartment Brokers here in Kansas City. Like I said, this is KC Multifamily Minute. I cover every single new opportunity that hits the open market every single week and talk to you about how it might fit in for your investment strategy, typically $500,000 to $10 million plus. If you're an active real estate investor, got a 1031 exchange, love to hear from you. It's been quite some time since I've done a show here for you, but that's okay because I took some time off. I took some travel, been extremely busy. I've got about 13 different listings. 8 or so of those are multifamily myself. And frankly, I've not had time, and the market's been a little slow, to be honest. However, I've got my website pulled up here, legendaryapartmentbrokers.com. We're showing 10 new listings here in the last 28 days or so. I'm going to cover each one of these very, very quickly. Maybe highlight the ones that I think are better for your deals, for your 1031 exchange, depending on what you've got going on. Of course, I'm going to cover class, location, and maybe how it might fit in for your real estate investment strategy. I also have Crexy pulled up, which powers the commercial style listings. A couple new opportunities over there. A lot of those we've probably already covered through the Multifamily Minute here, this podcast. So what do we got on the open market? So there's 68 properties out there. 23 are under contract, which means there's 45 available for you to go out there and get. That's $500,000 plus that you can go out and get and buy right now for your active real estate investment strategy. Now, a lot of those, everybody calls me to ask me, hey, I want something in Johnson County. They just don't exist too much, okay? I've got some off-market deals there. They're not packaged very well. Sellers would maybe sell. They're going to be high price. They're going to be expensive. So if you're not an aggressive buyer, probably not going to be a good fit for you. But we do have tons of other opportunities across other counties. There's 6 other counties in the Kansas City metro that have some great deals as well. You know, a lot of those are my listings, but I don't want to bore you any more with that. Let's get right into it. So we've got 10 new listings, like I said. First up is this property here on Adrian Avenue. It may have been on the market in the past. It's a fourplex. It's Class A location. Newer constructions, huge, massive, $920,000, well over $200,000 per unit. If you want to live in one unit, rent out the other, live in a Class A location with a massive, large fourplex, could be a good fit for you there. Or if you've got a 1031 exchange and you've got a lot of money in that exchange and you want to just buy an easy button fourplex, that could be a good fit for you, okay? Kind of right next door, we've got another property here for $859,000. It's 2 fourplexes for $859,000. I actually like this deal. I'm not sure if every single unit has a garage, but at least the front units have garages. Classic fourplex, lower owner expenses, close to Weatherby Lake, in a series, in a row of other fourplexes. You got a 1031 exchange. You got maybe $800,000 to $900,000 you want to spend. Could be an excellent fit for you, especially if you live in the Northland or the Northland. That's a great little spot with good school districts. I think there's probably some deferred maintenance there, but solid Class A location, something to go out and get. I think it's built in the 80s. So, again, another checkbox. It's a good quality asset. All right, so resetting the boundaries here. I'm going to go down to this property on East 29th Street. Podcast listeners, I'm zooming into Midtown now. This is going to be a 12-plex for sixplex for $549,000. East of 70, Interstate 70, north of Interstate 70. So kind of in that pocket there, kind of historic northeast-ish. Not my favorite part of town, but again, if you can find great value, it's going to be a great deal for you. This one's actually going to be east of 71 and south of 70. This one here for $549,000. And then there's a couple other properties we'll hit that were here too. So that's going to be a Class C minus area for $549 with that property. We're going to zoom in up here for $985 up in, it's 512 Troost Avenue. This is in Columbus Park. It is, let's just see what it is. If this is a duplex, fourplex, what this is. This is a fourplex building in Columbus Park. It's very rare to find that up there. It's a Class A location. Submarket, urban core, of course, right next to a streetcar stop, all this other stuff that's up there. Everybody loves that location. I love that location too. Great little pocket of the urban core of Kansas City for $985,000 for a fourplex. Okay, all brick fourplex. Got a 1031 exchange. You love the urban core. Great neighborhood. All right, so we've covered a couple more here. Let's get back over to this other one I was trying to talk to you before my computer started wigging out. $825,000 for this. I believe this is an 8-unit building. Yeah, all 8-unit building. This has been on and off market over the last couple of years. I believe it's all been completely redone. They've done a lot of work to it, got it fully renovated. I believe it's fully occupied. Again, not my, I don't do a ton of business in this area. This is going to be north of I-70, east of I-70 here, historic Northeast, kind of. A good little pocket, though, in terms of access to everything. If you can make the numbers work, I would put this as a Class C, C- location. But because the updates and upgrades have done, maybe more of a C type of asset. All right. Let's zoom back out. And let's see here where we've got remaining. Apologize for this here. Again, getting recentered. All right. So I'm going to cover this little property here in Leavenworth, Kansas. Fantastic submarket. It's on the outskirts, so I'd call it a Class B- town in general, maybe Class C. But it's a 7-unit for $560,000, 426 Olive Street. I know the sellers, I know the owners here. They take care of their properties really well. It's not going to be anything super sexy, but it's a nice cash flowing asset for you. If you've got some money, you like the suburban style. It's a military town. Could be a great fit for you. There's 7 units for $560,000 in Leavenworth. Okay. Again, getting our boundaries here. Apologize for that. I'm going to touch on one. Okay, so here's another one in Lee Summit, 9021 Gala Drive, Lee Summit, Missouri, $809,000. It's going to be newer construction, 2008, I believe, which to me is new construction. Likely has an HOA in this location, $809,000. A little strong on the price per unit there, although for the newer construction, could be a good fit. You love fourplexes. You can make the numbers work. Rents could probably be pushed up to $1,600, $1,800, maybe $2,000 if you get the finishes improved with stainless steel appliances. Granite countertops, tile floors, LVP flooring, new updated. This is more that 2008 beige color. Still fantastic condition. I actually used to live in a property that was very, very similar to this layout. My family and I loved it. Matter of fact, it might be this exact layout with the washer and dryer here that are kind of going on there. All right. Okay. Let's get back over here. So anyway, that's Class A location. That one in Lee Summit, Class A location. Fantastic fourplex. If you've got a whole bunch of just money that you want to throw at that, would be a great fit for you. You love fourplexes, love how easy they are to manage and maintain, and cash flow long term, could be a good fit. It's not great for a flip, but I do love fourplexes, especially in Lee Summit. Getting back over here, so we got another 12 units here on 5029 Troost Avenue. I believe that's 12. Let's double check that. So 2 sixplexes for $935,000 right off Troost. Excellent location, midtown location. There's a lot to love about that. It's actually going to be dang close to Rockhurst, in the Rockhurst corridor here of UMKC Rockhurst. $935,000. That's a really good deal, and should be a good fit for anybody. That's going to be a class. I call it Class A location. And probably need some deferred maintenance here in and around this location. But, again, like I said, a lot of things to love about it. 50th and Troost. You're going to be right next to a streetcar stop. You're going to be right next to the universities. Never have an issue finding renters and tenants. Probably, like I said, some deferred maintenance to do. But you could make that really nice and do really well for you, especially at that price per unit. $935,000 for 12 units. Right there is a fantastic deal. Okay. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place here today, but I'm catching up after the 20 days or so of not doing this. Just real quick, podcast listeners, I'm at West 39th Street. It's $550,000 for duplex. Again, it's a very high price for duplex. I'm sure they're very large units. You want to pick up a duplex in Midtown. I've got some other ones that could be a good fit for you. I've got a 5-plex that would be a good fit for you. 4-plex is going to be similar price to that. Probably cash flow a little better. Moving down the line here, we've got $3.8 million. $3.8 million for Elizabeth Street in Independence. I believe this is Manor Ridge Apartments. Been on and off markets. 49 units, so for $3.8 million. Class C location. Solid price per unit. Probably some deferred maintenance there. We've got a good rent growth opportunity long term. So you just got to keep doing the work there to improve that property. If you've got closer to that $4 million to spend, could be a good fit if you're willing to buy in a Class C location and really get that property up to speed. So 49 units for $3.8 million. All right. Again, moving down the line here, there's one I missed that actually just came on board, and I'm excited to talk to you about it, of course. Yep, so here it is. So this one here is actually my listing. I know everybody's been waiting for this. This is my listing, Class B minus C plus location on 5941 Raytown Road. It's a set of 4 duplexes, so 8 units. One of those duplexes, so 2 units, has a garage for each unit. Those are renting for $1,200. Tons of opportunities. Listed for $895,000. I love it for 1031 exchange investors. This is pretty dang passive. The only thing you got to take care of is mowing the lawn, and making improvements. He's got each attic on these 4-plexes is like R49 insulation. Tenants love staying there because the utility bills are so low. The newer leases are somewhere around $1,200 per unit. So this is going to do really well for an investor. Like I said, Class B minus, maybe C plus location. Fantastic cash flowing property. You can get probably dang close to a 9 cap on this. So anyway, hit me up if you want to talk about that investment property there as well. Okay. That's all the new listings here on the MLS. Let's pop on over to the commercial side of the house, see what we have or have not covered. Real quickly, there's a listing for $2.4 million. It's a mixed use in Kansas City, Kansas. Could be interesting for those that are mixed use event space plus some apartments. A couple other historic Northeast properties on Lawn Avenue and on Roberts. And then a $6.8 million riverfront apartments in Leavenworth for 72 units for $6.8 million. If you've got a larger 1031 exchange, again, that's a Class C location up there. Maybe B minus in Leavenworth. So anyway, there's tons of new opportunities to hit the open market. I know it's been several weeks since we've talked, but if you have an active real estate investment strategy, if you're a 1031 exchange client, you're looking for a duplex, a 4-plex, small multifamily, reach out to me. I cover the market every single week. You can email me, alex@legendaryapartmentbrokers.com, and we'll talk soon.